What up? Lakers won today, but more importantly, my son's team won today by a big margin. He said it wasn't even close, and it kind of seemed a little bit unfair because they, I don't know if they were not as prepared or up to the challenge. I'm not sure, but they said it was pretty easy out there. The son told me he just told me. He's like, I didn't even start, by the way. And go, what? I go, what happened? He goes, I don't know. I go, well, got to use that as fuel, Trail. I don't know what else to say. Like, I know in life, if you're not gonna show your potential that people can see that you have, and you have, you're just not translating it from practice to real life, then it's more of a mind game then, because like you're either psyching yourself out, or maybe not, or maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's just the game, the flow of the game. Sometimes could just be that's what it is. And even like the best players in the world have had really, really, really long stretches of bad games, and that's just what it is. And some of it is just learning. And you could even look at a lot of NBA players that didn't even do well in high school, but well enough to make it to college, and then maybe well enough to make it to a practice team or a G League or something, and had a couple good stretches of games and went to the NBA and did well. But then again, they've had other people have been there their whole career and have never went anywhere. Like, every game could be separate from itself depending on what's going on. But it is up to the person, if they're playing, to determine what happens on the floor whenever they're on the floor. Like, you affect the play in certain ways or you don't. And when you do well, I mean, that's just what it is. If you look at it tonight with the Lakers, they won barely. Like, we're just lucky we won, pretty much, because of Schroeder just doing the right play at the right time. And it's a lot of misdirection plays, a lot of and I could see it. It's like, it's pretty evident, but they're not paying attention. They're just looking. They look at his eyes instead of the potential. Like, so like when you're going one way and your defender is going that way, you can't just honestly just think that there's no one behind you, there's nothing going on around you, it's just you two. That's it. Like, that's just not how it is on the basketball court. There's 4 other people that you have on your team, and 4 other people on the other team that you have to worry about. Like, that's just what it is. So like, the little things of misdirection or hezzy steps, or a lot of fakes, it's pretty easy to draw fouls, and when you start doing that, you get the rhythm. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I know that when you don't do well, even in the NBA, you don't play. Like, you just don't play. But that doesn't mean that you can't do well. Everyone has potential. I even think, not me, of course, I wouldn't be able to do it. I told my wife tonight, though, like, during the game, because I was upset because we were tied, and you were down by 1 or something like that. And I was like, I could go out there and do better, and I wouldn't be able to run, but I'd be able to be a brain out there. But it's kind of like Chris Paul tonight, since he's hurt. He's he's not there physically, he's not, but he's there mentally. So like he could make good passes, he could make good reads, he could say, hey, do this on this next play, because he's out there on the court. So even if he's not doing what he can physically, he can still do it mentally, and it's just as well. It's basically pitting him against LeBron, because they're both great-minded people. Like, they both see basketball this kind of similar way, and it's pretty cool to see. But I kind of kept thinking, like, you know, if LeBron's not out there, they're just not going to score. So he's just going to have to get tired tonight. Like, that's just what it is. He's going to have to expend a little bit more energy. And luckily, he didn't have to as much. AD did a couple good defensive stops and stuff, but I don't know why I'm just so worked up on it. But great things happen when you do great things. That's what I tell my son. Just do what you can. Make the best of every moment you have. Because it's all you have. It really is. Like me, like this is just the truth. Like, I'm not saying it's bad or anything, but in anyone's job, besides basketball or sports or anything else like that, you know, you come to work, you do the same thing over and over again for the most part, and that is what it is. Like, maybe you might do something great for someone. It's not like it's bad or anything like that, but every moment is pretty much the same thing every day. So like, when you get those moments that maybe jump out to you, or maybe different, that needs more attention, why not give it more attention? You never know where things may lead. You never know how great of a job you might do. I mean, you got to put yourself out there. So yeah, anyways, I'm a little late. I gotta get going. I'm gonna get tired before the night's over, as I can tell. Got a little bit too excited, especially with LeBron hitting that 3-pointer. So if you missed it, go watch it. I'll talk to you later.